today's episode we are going to be making egusi soup. Not egusi stew, but egusi soup. So the difference is that egusi stew is thicker and more oily, and egusi soup is more fluid or more liquidy. So that's the only difference. With the egusi soup, we just add water and make it more liquidy, and we put some bitter leaves in egusi soup. All right, so I'm not sure if they eat that in Nigeria, but I know growing up, well, my early years in Ghana, my grandmother used to make this all the time, and it was one of my favorite soup. Now, I'm going to show you guys what you'll need to make egusi soup. Today, we're going to be making it and eating it with rice balls, or tuwon shinkafa, like we say in Hausa. Tuwo shinkafa. Shinkafa means rice, so rice balls. So I'm going to show you the things that you'll need. First of all, you'll need some meat. So you'll need some lamb. I have some lamb here. You'll need some bitter leaves. I have some bitter leaves here. You'll need some spinach to go with it. Usually with egusi stew, it's just spinach and that's it. But with egusi soup, we're going to add some bitter leaves to make it a little bit bitter. And you'll need some fish. I have some smoked fish right here. These are all smoked fish. I have some habanero pepper. I have some onions. You'll need some, well, just one big onion this size. You'll need some bay leaves. You need some bouillon cubes or Maggi. I have this onga, and I have these little ones, Maggi, like the French will say Maggi. We call it Maggi, but the French call it Maggi. Okay, so I have some ginger right here. This is about an ounce, and I have some garlic here. I don't know why I have this. I think this is just to make it look good, because this is parsley. No, we do not need parsley in this. Africans do not hardly, well, African food like this, never. I think I just put it there to make it look good, but that's it. And here is the star. This is some, egusi basically is melon seeds. And I have this, and what size? This is 8 ounce. And I have, I'm guessing this is 4 or 6 ounce. It doesn't tell me, but I'm gonna use this. I'll see if I need to add a little bit more. I'll take from here. But this is about 8 ounce of egusi or melon seeds. I'm gonna use a little bit of maybe like half of, no, 1/3 of this tomato paste. And this is a 28 ounce tomato paste. And I'm going to be using some Zomi palm oil. This is palm oil that we're going to be using. You are going to also need, these are just grounded shrimp and grounded anchovies. This is grounded anchovies and this is grounded shrimp. They're each about 1 tablespoon each, or 1.5 tablespoons ish. Now this is called dawa dawa, or locust bean, or locust beans. We call this dawa dawa in most West African cultures. It just adds a lot of flavor, but it has a strong funk to it. It has a strong funk to it, but a lot of flavor. You cannot make no West African soup, Ghana, Nigeria to be specific, without some locust bean or dawa dawa. Actually, I think all of West Africa, we use this. It smells, it's really, I love it. Oh my goodness, especially when you put it in jollof rice. I remember my grandmother used to make it with jollof rice. So good. And I have here some mixed spices from Ghana. We call this ermia in Hausa. It's just a whole bunch of spices blended together that we get from back home. So this has exotic spices in there. And then I have 1 tablespoon of curry powder, about 2 teaspoons of ermia or blended spices from back home. And this is cumin. I have about 1/2 teaspoon of cumin, or cumin, some people call it. And these are everything that you're gonna need. So let's get started. Okay. So I'm just cutting the onions, and I have someone here to record. That's him trying to say I need to carry him on my back. He got his. Come on, Adolf. Somebody's happy. He wants me to carry him on my back. Yeah? Somebody's happy. Somebody's happy. You better sleep. You better fall asleep in like 2 seconds. Okay?
No.
Hands in. Hands in. Bye-bye. Go to sleep. I got to finish this soup. Go to sleep. Come on. You need to sleep, boy. Oh, my baby's got the cold. Cold. So I washed the egusi or melon seeds, and I put a little bit of water that I am going to use to blend together. So that's going to go on blend, and we're going to start over there. I chopped my onions and my ginger. I decided to use half because I have people who don't like onions in this house. So if you notice in my cooking, I try to use very little onion because they like to complain. So I'm going to blend this. I'm going to put this in. I'm going to put some vegetable oil because we don't want to use too much palm oil, just a little bit. So my onions are a little fried. I'm going to go ahead and put my tomato paste. This is plenty. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and add my meat. Make sure you put your bouillon cubes around the heat or the fire so that it can soften up a little bit before you put them in. So we're going to fry the meat a little bit. And then I'll put some fish in there as well. So in case if you guys don't know this, my African family know this, but it's so soothing to the baby. And you know, no matter how fussy they are, you lock them back there, they'll fall asleep in a heartbeat. And look at that, he's gone. Just fry the meat for a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and add my fish. This especially, and my bay leaves. I'll leave this towards the end because I don't want it to break, and if it breaks there's going to be a lot of heat in this soup and I have a lot of crybaby. I'm gonna break this in half if I can break it in half. Alright guys, I'm gonna go ahead and put my grounded anchovies and grounded shrimp. Blend that in. I'm gonna go ahead and put my aramia or blended spices, some cumin, and some curry powder. My bouillon cubes are ready. I'm gonna go ahead and put my bouillon cubes. So put the bouillon cubes, and I'm gonna add my blended melon seeds. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and add my egusi, and I'm gonna add some water.
It
Smells good? Thank you, my sir. So
I like to eat a lot.
this is how it looks like.
I don't.
Alright. I don't think I'm gonna put the entire content in there.
You know it's gonna burn.
You want to get me some water? I'm gonna put some water. Next, we're making soup. I'm going to put dawa dawa or locust beans. I'm gonna put some of those in there to give it that funky smell that we're looking for. So that's gonna go in. want it to be liquidy because this is egusi soup and not egusi stew. Alright? So this is the consistency pretty much that you're looking for. And at this point, I'm going to taste and see if I need salt added, and I'll add some salt. But we're going to let it cook and let the lamb cook and the fish cook and soften up a little bit. So I'm going to taste. Sure. It needs just a little bit of salt.
Yeah, it's really good.
Just a little bit of salt. And with the amount of water that I put in, I would say, I put about half a gallon of water in there. So
That's a lot.
yeah, I want to put a little bit more egusi in there. And what I'll do is I'll save the rest, save it for later. But I have enough egusi in here, and this is plenty. I love how it looks so creamy, and then it just blends.
It looks like coffee.
Yeah, it's like coffee with creamer, right? I know. Went to the African market or the Ghana store. It's called Gifted African Market. It's right next to my workplace, so I decided to just stop by there and grab some bitter leaves. And so I went in there and I asked the auntie, I said, do you have some bitter leaves? And she's like, what? I was like, you have bitter leaves? She's like, oh, we have some bay leaves. I was like, no, bitter leaves. She's like, oh, and you don't say bitter leaves. And I didn't know I prophesied. So I'm speaking to you right now from Ghana. She's like, I made it sound very American, I guess. And she didn't understand what I was saying. But this is the Nina brand bitter leaves. And unfortunately, these are not chopped. Usually the ones that I get are chopped bitter leaves. But this packet is not chopped, so I'm gonna have to blend a little bit, like maybe 1/3 of it, and add it because we want that bitter flavor. So we're gonna leave it to cook for a little bit. And I have some guests here. Hey, Hawa. Say hi to the vlog. Say hi. Make sure to turn on the light. Make sure to turn on the light. Hi, Aminata. I mean, Mariam. I keep calling her Aminata. Make sure. Get out of here. All right. Did you say hi? Yeah. Yeah? Okay. What's your name?
Hawa.
Hawa. Which Hawa? Hawa Rashid?
Hawa.
Hawa Ba. And this is Mariam. Say hi, Mariam. You're not going to talk? If you're up already, that was such a quick nap. Who's winning? Imam is winning?
Imam is winning.
Don't worry, I'm going to come train you and you're going to beat him.
Because the Imam always cheats.
Imam is a cheater.
Yeah, he always cheated.
He always cheats, huh? Hadaf, what are you doing?
And he always leaves everything.
Alright, so I have the bitter leaves in here because, like I said, they come in large chunks. I'm going to blend them a little bit to make them a little more fine before I put them in the soup. I'm not using the whole entire content. I'm using just about 1/3 of it, and I'm going to add that to the soup. So I'm going to blend. Just lightly blend. Actually, I'm going to pulse it because I don't want it to be too so, not bitter leaves, bitter leaves. I blended it and this is how it looks. I'm going to empty everything out and then I'll just put a little bit in the soup, and I'm going to put my spinach in the soup and it's going to be ready. So I'm going to make rice balls to go with the soup. And I'm just gonna I'm not making a lot. I'm gonna make about 2 cups. This is about, I have this container, I call it my cup. I'm gonna make about 2. I'll make 2 of this. Yeah, 2 is enough because I have a little bit leftover rice from yesterday. I'm just gonna add, but I think this is more than enough. We're a little below 2 and we're gonna fill the water to get to 5. Do you see that? All All right, that's how much water we're gonna put in. It's gonna fill, I'm gonna fill the water up to like 5. So you want more water than rice. You want a lot of water because you want it to be nice and mushy, because once it's nice and mushy, we're going to knead it a little bit and we're gonna make them into a nice ball. So that's why it's called rice ball. So we're gonna have rice balls with the soup. I washed the rice and I washed it like 3 times to get rid of the starch, a little bit of the starch. I lied. I filled the water actually closer to 6. It's very close to 6. So 2/3 of it water, 1/3 rice. So that's how much you want. I'm gonna add a little bit of salt. Some people make this without salt because they say there's already salt in the soup. And you know, I like to put salt. Some people make it with salt. I like to put salt because sometimes I can give my kids, the baby especially, he can eat it raw without any soup. So just a little bit of salt. And I'm making this in the rice cooker because it's quicker. This will finish cooking very soon and I can roll it into a ball. It's a weeknight and I don't have much time, so I'm gonna go ahead and put it in my rice cooker, and it should be done in like half an hour. And I'm gonna go ahead and start. So I'm gonna knead it and do all of that in here. Alright, so while that's cooking, I'm gonna go check on the soup. Okay guys, so the soup is almost ready. The meat is nice and tender at this point. So I'm gonna add, this is how much of the bitter leaves that I'm gonna add. I put the rest in here, and this is how much I'm gonna put in. I even added some water. So I'm gonna put that in there. Also at this point, just taste it and see if you need to add more salt or not, or if you know the taste is okay for you. So because I added this, I'll add some more salt. The pot is overflowing, so I might not put the entire content of my spinach.
Open the door.
The soup is more bitter than I wanted it to be, so I'm gonna add some maji, you know, to supplement, you know, salt. So, and I'm gonna add some water. Alright, so this is the consistency that you want. Like this. So here is our soup. We're gonna leave it to cook for about, you know, 10-15 more minutes and it's done. So, hey guys, so we're back. The rice is ready. I am going to knead it. I want you guys to see. This is how it looks. I have my spatula here, and see that? Yeah. Because we put a lot of water, it's mushy. So this is like mushy rice. So I'm just gonna knead it a little bit or mix it to get it to be more sticky. This is just the process to get it to be more sticky. Alright, so I made it in the rice cooker. As you can see, it's a lot quicker. Done with this. I have here just a bowl of water, and I have a little plate here, and I have my plastic wrap. So I'm just gonna spread out some plastic wrap. That's just to put them in. I'm gonna spread out some plastic wrap like this much. I'm gonna use my wet plate. Make sure it's wet. Take a little bit like that, put it in the center of your plastic wrap, grab both ends, grab the other ends, and try to grab the sides, hold them together in the center, like so. You hold them tightly in the center, like so. Squeeze the center and twist like that. Easy peasy. So you twist, and you got your ball, your rice ball. Just put it in like so. Let's make the rest. Hey Dazers, so our rice balls are done. I made about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and this cute little one for Hedda. Alright, so that's how many balls I made. And I have my plate here to serve. And our soup is looking ready. It's definitely ready. So I'm gonna get ready to serve the soup. Look at that good stuff. Alright. And remember, this is Egusi soup, not stew. So it's a little bit more liquidy as compared to the Egusi stew. And it has locust beans. So yeah, it has that additional flavor and aroma, and it's much lighter. Alright, we're gonna serve this with the rice. Alright, I put some meat in there, trying to find some fish. The fish is harder to find at this point because they're broken into like little pieces. And as you can see, usually when some people make it, it's very red or orangish in color because of the oil. And as you can see, mine is not as red because, as you remember earlier, I did half and half. I did half vegetable oil and half palm oil. So our soup is served right here. I'm gonna place it like so. And I'm gonna take one nice round. I like this, it looks perfectly rounded. I'll serve that. Push it to the side. Oh, I need my habanero. So here we have our Egusi soup with rice ball. Try it today. You know, you're gonna love it. You won't regret it. It has bitter leaves in there, but you know what? We've seasoned it right, and it's not. It has that bitter. I wouldn't say bitter aftertaste. You taste it, but it's so good. So try it. It has some spinach in there. It has all the good stuff in there. Try it today. Try to cut back on your palm oil. If you don't even like to use palm oil, you can use regular oil, vegetable oil, but the palm oil adds some flavor to it. So just reduce the amount that you put in and just mix it with some regular vegetable oil. So bon appetit. See you next time. Hey Dazers, we are back with another shout out box. We got Maser and Hajia here, and they're slime. Alright, go ahead and shake the box.
First,
Alright, go ahead and pick 3 names.
1, 2, 3. The first name
What's the first name?
Rihanna.
Oh, Rihanna! That's my girl! Twin sister!
Okay.
Twins. They're twins, but I always say, hey twins. Alright, go ahead. Hey
And
Rihanna,
the second one
thank you.
is Reina.
Oh, okay. Alright, sister. Hey Rihanna, Reina, I see you. Thanks for the support.
And the last one is Mariama S.
Mariam S. Oh, Mariam S. Yay, that's my girl.
Mariama was being nice to me.
That's not that Mariam. Alright, thank you guys. Mariam, thank you. Thank you guys for all the support. As always, be sure to
like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.